Well, News 19 is your local election headquarters, and the fourth GOP primary debate starts in just about 2 hours at 7 o'clock.
So the candidates are taking the stage. We've had crews on the ground in Tuscaloosa all day bringing you the very latest on all this. And News 19's Lauren Layton live outside the Moody Music Building at the campus of the University of Alabama. So Lauren, tell us what's going on at this point.
Well, the countdown is on for Alabama's first ever GOP presidential primary debate. High energy here, and joining me to talk a little bit more before this debate gets started is News 19 political analyst Jay Town. Jay, thanks for joining us.
Hey, Lauren, good to be here.
So let's talk about this. Who do you think is going to come out swinging tonight?
Well, I think all the candidates really are going to be more aggressive instead of really touting their records as governor or whatever their previous job was. I think that they're going to actually be talking more about the other candidates tonight. So, for instance, I think you're going to see Governor DeSantis talk a lot about Nikki Haley's, not only her record, but just really some of the missteps that she's had publicly as of late. And so I think that's something that we'll see tonight. But it'll be interesting. Of course, you have Vivek Ramaswamy, who just comes out and, you know, he's got a good chin, but he's got a soft punch. So he doesn't really land many of them, but he's entertaining anyway.
And do you think there are going to be any questions asked tonight that maybe haven't been before, where candidates are going to have to think differently?
Well, I think that, look, they got a good panel, right? Megyn Kelly is a serious journalist. She has been for a long time. She's smart. So she's going to ask tough questions. She's done debates before. I think that you're going to hear about the funding of these campaigns, you know, with what's going on in Israel. If there's groups that are, you know, pro-Hamas or have backed the Palestinians, they're going to probably ask about whether or not those candidates are going to continue to accept those monies. But I also think there's so many other issues that are important, maybe not just to Alabama, but to the country. The border, we had a record day of illegal immigrants crossing the border just yesterday. And so I think really getting clarity on the positions of the candidates on those issues is really important.
And you have endorsed Florida Governor Ron DeSantis. What do you want to see from him tonight?
Well, I want to see him. I mean, look, he's done a great job in the first three debates and really in all of his public appearances talking about his record. And his record's exceptional. Nobody disagrees with that. But at the same time, he needs to, I think, come out, be a little bit more pugilistic towards the other candidates, and really not pull any punches when it comes to their records, their positions, the things that they've said, or maybe not done and had the opportunity to do. And so I think you'll see a more aggressive Ron DeSantis tonight.
And you did mention last time we spoke the importance of Oppo research, which is attacking the policies and failures professionally rather than these personal attacks that we have been seeing.
Correct. And usually, you know, you see a lot in politics, you see surrogates doing that, right? That's not something I would do, but other, maybe Never Back Down would do a lot of that, right? You see a lot of that online or on Twitter. But I think the candidates have an opportunity tonight, and this probably is going to be the last debate, folks, before maybe we get to the presidential general election. So this might be their last chance before a national audience to really talk about one another in front of the whole nation.
And we just have a little bit of time left. Quickly, can you tell us why this means so much to Alabama?
Look, Alabama is a deeply red state, but we're very active politically. We have a lot of things to offer the country, all the way from the Gulf Shores all the way up to Rocket City, and so it's great to be rewarded with a debate, and I think we can actually showcase. I hope that everybody that has come from out of state sees what great ambassadors Alabamians are.
Wonderful. Jay Town, thank you so much for joining us. He's going to head in and watch this debate. We'll continue bringing you the latest coverage here live in Tuscaloosa. Lauren Layton, News 19.